Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time coming. We're sorry for the wait, but welcome back to the Prairie podcast. We're missing Ryan tonight. He couldn't be with us. Playoff hockey has him very busy and on a tight schedule, but he will be back for the next episode. Don't you worry. I'm joined, as always, with Zachary Nolan and Carter Nolan from the No Hockey Podcast, who we should all congratulate on recently just passing the 1,000 subscriber threshold on YouTube. Long time coming, boys. Congratulations on that. And yeah, lots have happened since last time we talked. Last time we talked, if I'm not mistaken, boys, was mid-season report card grading for the Winnipeg Jets. Since then, we've had a trade deadline where we bought and sold, very strange, but very also Jets, and missed the playoffs. Woo! And not only did we miss the playoffs, but it turns out that everyone on this team hates each other and wants the fuck out of Manitoba. So strap yourselves in. It's going to be a very interesting episode, and it's going to get a little hectic at times because, let's be real, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to sift through right now because the Jets news lately in rumor mill has just been wound up very tight. And I'm tighter than I've actually ever seen it, to be honest. I'm a little shocked that these rumors are coming out as much. Well, the line of rumors were they really rumors at that point? You know what I mean? When they finally started to circulate.
Here and there, like a little thing here.
And then it was just bam, trade.
And then it happened.
Exactly.
And then,
and not to mention he got 2 goals and an assist in his final game, and everyone was like, "Holy fuck, Lion is gonna have a great year for us."
It feels weird hearing people talk about Winnipeg.
It is.
Not about it being cold. It's weird.
Or about floods, or about storms, tornadoes, power outages, and everything else that's fucking hit Manitoba. Yeah, but okay, whatever. You get my point. You guys have been through the mill lately in Winnipeg with your weather. But yeah, nonetheless, we got a lot to talk about. Now, I necessarily don't know where to start because there's a lot we're gonna have to right now. We have to go through. I really don't know. So me and Zach have talked a lot on our own channels. Even though Carter's channel, but Carter's behind the camera, right? He doesn't get to give his opinions all the time. He's the editor. He's the man behind the camera that makes those special things happen for your enjoyment. So Carter, why don't you tell us right now what your thoughts are on the Winnipeg Jets without getting too in-depth with all the rumors and all that, because let's be real, if you do get in-depth, we're going to be here all night. So how do you feel right now as a fan? How do you think casual fans should feel? Just give us the vibe that Carter feels about the Jets right now at this current time.
So I'm not so set in stone as some people are. Like, there are some people
as you usually are.
Because I like to kind of take things cautiously. Obviously we've heard about the Trotz rumors, and there's some people saying it's for sure going to happen. Some people saying not a fucking chance. Obviously, there's the whole situation with Vegas now firing their coach that kind of opens the door with that.
Yep.
So I don't really think we should be really looking at anything about that until we really have anything concrete. But it's going to be really interesting because that coaching change, I feel like, will definitely have an impact on the locker room, because there's no one from the previous coaching staff who's going to be there. It's going to be all fresh voices.
Well, absolutely.
So that's why I am not on the train of Scheifele. I don't think Scheifele is going to be gone before next season. I think he will start the season as a Jet.
Even against everything else that's going on right now in the NHL world about Mark Scheifele.
I think
after the exit videos and everything, I'm just curious.
Yeah. I think because these things don't normally happen overnight. Most of the time, I feel like we're probably gonna see him start the season as a Jet.
Like raising
How
your hand
long
in
that
class,
goes
Zach.
through, I don't know.
I said it's like raising your hand in class, because I gotta say, Carter, while you were right in the sense that these rumors around Scheifele have just kind of hit the mainstream of actually like being legit rumors, not just like dark web fan chats on Reddit talking about trading Scheifele. Let's be real. I gotta ask you though. Yes, I'm sure about that. If you guys could see the chat right now, John Cena memes are going back and forth a little bit. But nonetheless, okay. I've been getting a lot of talk about this on my channel because, as you guys all know as viewers, I've talked about these rumors. I've put them out. I've aired the Jets' dirty laundry on my channel before. I've got no shame in that. I don't hide it. I'm very open about my opinion on the locker room. This stuff about the Jets' locker room that's all seeming to be true extends way past the last even 2 weeks, hell, even the last season. Like, we're going back 5 years of disgruntled Mark Scheifele only getting worse and that locker room getting even more cancerous. And now it turns out it's all real. And if you're really going to sit there, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about like other viewers, and say that it's not real yet, what will it take for you to really open it up? Mark Scheifele coming out himself and saying that, hey guys, all the rumors are true, I'm a dick. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not gonna happen. It never will. Like, this is as close as you're gonna get to Mark Scheifele himself saying everything you've read about me is true. Because let's be real, that exit interview said it all for me.
For sure. And the reason why I say I think he will be here by the start of next season is not at all to do with the fact of does he need to go or is it seeming like he's in the direction of going? I think he is, but I mean, if anything, if the Jets have taught me anything, it's that the Jets seem to most of the time do what they should, but never when they should.
That's true.
And they always seem to be a few steps late behind when, so like, for example, we were begging for a while to get a new coach. We're finally getting that.
3 years too late.
3 years too late, exactly. You know, and you know, we asked for new defense. We eventually did get it.
Didn't make a difference.
Later than we had hoped for.
A few years.
You know? So a few years, exactly. But so in terms of classic Winnipeg, I feel like Scheifele will eventually be gone. But I don't. There has been the offices in True North Sports and Entertainment have not proven to me that they are going to be able to get this done before the start of next season. You know,
which brings up the big question: is that if he's here, God forbid, based on how he sounds, what the fuck is that room going to look like? And part of the language, but it scares me that much that I have to use it because, like, it is clear, very clear, that Mark Scheifele and his teammates do not get along, minus, you know, the guys that run that room and Blake Wheeler. And I've heard Josh Morrissey, but I've also seen Josh Morrissey be very responsible as an assistant captain and come out and say stuff. I don't buy the Josh Morrissey stuff.
Josh!
You know what I think happened with Josh Morrissey, guys, and how
he was that
that
little kid.
Okay,
that the fucking bully group brought in.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
He was
basically.
That shy kid that was just like, oh.
Josh Morrissey
okay.
was the quiet guy that they were like, you know what, we need a guy on the blue line that can be our bitch and keep everyone in check there because Bufflin clearly doesn't like the way we run things. Because let's be real, because this all comes back to Bufflin too. Like all these.
There was no way Bufflin's like.
Dude, Bufflin left because of Mark Scheifele. And if you don't believe it at this point, it's a part of the room. He said the room was not good. I'll pull the stuff up right now. Do you need me to pull up his interview stuff about him leaving at the end of the year? He was not happy with how the room was.
But I'd be okay with it.
I'll pull it up. I will find it. His exit interviews from the final season, which was 26. No, was
so while you
was it 18-19? When was Dustin Bufflin's last year? Was it 18-19 after the St. Louis loss? Right? That was his last year.
He showed up for preseason for 1920, and then that was it.
So here, while you're searching that up, Zach, because me and Jake have kind of went a little back and forth on this, I want to hear your take on this whole fiasco of the Jets locker room and where we might go and when we might go.
Oh, it's a nightmare for me right now. It's literally the definition of finding out that your kid turned into a fucking asshole. Like, it is. Scheifele was our first ever pick, and like thought that not only are we gonna probably have to trade him, but then he might get booed. And like I understand he would be probably a bit justified in being booed, but it just feels dirty. Like
you're gonna end up with a John Tavares situation.
That's the scenario. That's the nightmare scenario in my head right now. Is that we end up with a John Tavares, and I don't want to end up with a John Tavares because no disrespect to Islanders fans, but the John Tavares situation makes the Islanders fans look absolutely terrible. Like it's terrible. Like honestly, I don't like messy breakups like this. I don't like how it ended with Laine. I don't like how it ended with Bufflin. I'm not gonna like how it ends with.
Although I don't think the Laine one was. I think the Laine one has gotten a lot better since he came back to Winnipeg and he got the very positive reception. I think.
Yeah, was that a positive? Okay, the fans gave him positive reception, but the organization was more like, "Hey, Pascal Vincent, we remember you. Please come be our coach."
I know, but most of the time people care more what the fans' perception of things because they talk more about, you know, Jets fans this, Leafs fans this, Isles fans this, you know what I mean? So at least there's something positive.
Fans don't decide it though.
Okay, I don't have the Dustin Bufflin quotes up right yet, but I have some other quotes I'd like to go through about the locker room if that's okay with you guys right now. I've got a lot more than just the Kevin Hayes one, but I do have that listed. So this is a quote from James Patrick, who is the coach of the Winnipeg Ice, who has been really connected with the scene in Winnipeg for a while now, right? He said that Kevin Hayes, and as you probably have all seen, Kevin Hayes and Cody Eakin both said it was the worst dressing room they've ever been in, and there are two players above the team. Now, he didn't say which two players, but based on past reports, we all know who those guys are. This is coming from Mark Scheifele when asked about if the Jets had an identity and his role with the team. His response was 2 words. Probably not.
Ouch.
This is coming from Paul Stastny. We've got to have more respect for each other.
Whoa. We can't hear you, Zach.
Fuck, do you not have an identity?
Here's Paul Stastny's quote. I know, but here's Paul Stastny's quote. We've got to have more respect for each other. When you don't care about the teammate next to you and you just care about what you're doing, that starts to bleed into the game.
Ouch.
Yep, and we're not done yet,
No
ladies and
wonder they
gentlemen.
didn't
We're
play
not.
with any fucking
We're
heart.
not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Josh Morrissey.
God.
I don't think one word has been said in the locker room since the game ended. Not one
I
word.
remember that one.
And that's Josh Morrissey after the pivotal loss to the Red Wings.
Remember
No
that
leadership, no nothing. Hey guys, nothing. Blake Wheeler, Mark Scheifele. Well, fuck me. Let's go home. I'll sit on my $8.5 million mansion that I'm getting paid to fucking be a bench warmer in Blake Wheeler, but who cares? Now, I always butcher Mike's last name, but this is from Mike McKintry, I believe is how you pronounce it, of the Winnipeg Free Press. The issue in Winnipeg right now is now have to deal with more issues in the dressing room between competing personalities. And when there is a divided room, that guts around the league. Players generally, if they have other options, are going to exercise them until the situation gets cleaned up. Basically what he's saying is that the room right now is toxic and guys want the fuck out. Like we already heard from Elliot Friedman, which I don't have the exact quote out, but I'll paraphrase. The report was from the NHL, from all the insiders around the trade deadline, is that multiple Winnipeg Jets wanted out of Winnipeg at the deadline. Multiple. We're talking about guys with contract right now that wanted out. I can only imagine Brendan Dillon's name is attached to that based on the rumors that were speculating about him in the weeks leading up to the deadline. But I digress. I'm not going to speculate. But yeah, more quotes here. And then obviously you go back to what was said from Pekka Jalunen, who writes for that Finnish article about the whole situation with Patrick Laine that everyone said was just clickbait and not real. It matches everything that has come out in the last 2-3 weeks about the Jets locker room. Everything that was said about Laine said in that interview to him, allegedly, whatever you want to say, that has all become proven fact based on all team quotes. When you have a guy like Paul Stastny, who's 36 years old, 15 plus seasons or whatever in the NHL, he's been around forever, 1,000 games, guy is probably a borderline Hall of Famer, you could argue. When a guy like that with that much leadership is saying that about how no one gives a shit about their own teammates, that to me is enough that Mark Scheifele should never, ever, ever put a Winnipeg Jets jersey on again. Now, I know Mark Scheifele is good, and are we going to win the trade? Probably not. But I don't think a new coach fixes that. You know what I mean? Will a coach get better out of the whole team? Probably. But until the cancer is removed, you can't tell me a new coach is going to change the fact that they don't give a shit about each other in that room. And that's what matters the most.
So are you saying that? So then I'm assuming you're going on the assumption that Wheeler's immovable.
Wheeler is immovable. Who's going to take that contract? And do you
No,
really
no,
want
I
to
agree
eat
with
half
you.
the-
I agree.
And
with
also,
you. I'm just saying that we only have exercised that one option.
But here's the other thing too that everyone forgets about, guys. Blake,
toxic thing.
One of you, yeah.
Can I just?
absolutely, please.
When you have a toxic situation that's normally a duo, normally it only takes getting rid of one of them to really shut a lot of
Exactly.
Because a lot of it is bouncing back and forth, and Wheeler is, as you said, he's immovable. It just won't.
He also only has 2 years left and is the franchise leader. Now, even though Wheeler might have his problems too,
Well.
I just don't think it makes sense Jets-wise to trade him out at this point. I just don't see it. Like, especially because he's got 2 years. We're not talking about a guy who's got 4 years left on a terrible contract. It's almost done at this point. And not to mention that it's almost done, but Blake Wheeler at this point doesn't strike me as the guy that's causing the cancers in the room. Blake Wheeler, to me, is like, you know what Blake Wheeler is, guys? Blake Wheeler is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Mark Scheifele is Anakin Skywalker. And Anakin is on his path right now to becoming Darth Vader.
Wingman.
That's all. Dude, exactly. You were the chosen one. That's literally what he is. Think about it. Blake Wheeler was like, this is my protege. This is the next captain. This is my best friend. He's my partner.
How can I be on the council and not be a master?
Exactly. But that's look, you guys, you can laugh all you want about it, viewers out there, but think about it. If you're a Star Wars fan, that's exactly what it is. Mark Scheifele's fallen to the dark side, and Blake Wheeler is like, Jesus Christ, what am I supposed to do at this point? I created this monster. I allowed this to happen by giving him that attention, giving him that stardom. What I thought was right and being a father figure to him Didn't end up working. You just fed his ego. And if you don't believe this stuff, it's either because A, you don't want to, or B, you just plainly can't read the facts in front of you.
And going into what you were saying about, us trading away Scheifele and probably not winning that trade, probably one of the bigger reasons that it would end up that way is when a guy comes out and does an interview and gives the impression that he wants out, all the leverage that the team had in negotiations, straight into the shitter. Straight into the shitter. Like,
I just want to say one more thing, which you're right about, Carter, but the other problem is, too, which people are going to forget about, starting this season, Mark Scheifele has a modified no trade clause. There's a 10-team list. So we don't even have any control over that anymore. We can't just ship him off wherever we want like we had to do with Evander Kane. We basically are going to be screwed because 10 teams are going to be... He's going to give a 10-team list, probably all going to be teams in the East, big dogs, and we're going to have to pick up their scraps. If you think for a second Mark Scheifele is going to be like, hey, I'll waive my trade clause and go to New Jersey so you guys get the second overall pick, if something like that was to even happen based on the rumors they might move it from New Jersey, even then, like, you really think that, no, like, we are screwed. Now, Mark Scheifele, like Carter, you said, he's taken all the leverage away from the Jets. He says, screw you, I'm done with this. And that's why I just can't see him being in this team next year. A guy that wears a letter on his jersey and if anything, should have tried to, prove the guys wrong in the media room in the exit interview and been like, hey, I'm committed, I had a bad year, whatever. He didn't do any of that. He said that he was the best he's ever been and that and the team has no identity. That no identity quote came at the exact same time. Okay, enough with the Star Wars memes, okay? You didn't think I was going to point it out, but I did. Okay.
Okay, I didn't actually have a meme. I had a comparison, and Carter just put in, I don't like sand.
Okay. What, you're going to say... Okay, then who's your Duel of the Fates, then? Who was the one that should have taken control of it? Should have been Andrew Ladd? Dustin Byfuglien? Well, we're talking about Qui-Gon,
you
right?
See what I have, though? Oh, no. Zooming up?
Okay, move on. I don't get your reference, okay? I didn't get the photo from the one Qui-Gon photo, okay? I
no, above Qui-Gon.
Yeah, it's a photo of Ducky, man. What do you want me to say? It sucks. He should have been the next Ducky, and instead he's got a bigger ego than Jack Eichel. Like, let's be real. Like this is pathetic. But either way, enough about Mark Scheifele and this crap. We said the rumors. We pointed it out. Look, it's going to be a very weird day if Mark Scheifele gets traded and when he gets traded. But at the same time, like, it's necessary at this point, folks. If the Jets want to be able to win on this window,
can we also I want to. Okay.
The one question I have, actually, here, I'll let you go quickly, Zach, because mine.
Okay, because I want to get this out of the way because it's been going around, and I think we need to just straight up say it right now.
What?
PLD is moving, and I'm sick of people saying that he is.
No.
Like,
no way.
Like, for the record,
pay that man whatever he wants.
Doesn't mean shit.
Scratch the season. Have you seen him at the Worlds? Have you seen him the last couple of games?
Oh my God,
at the Worlds?
Yes. Okay. Also, I want to establish something right now. PLD is not moving, and Evgeny Svechnikov is a package deal with him.
Yep.
Those two stay. You sign Svech for at least 3 years minimum. You sign PLD for 6 to 7. That's what you do.
No, you give PLD the key to Winnipeg, man. You do whatever it takes. Like, I mean, like, if look, I'm gonna be completely real with you guys right now, and this, you might disagree with me, fans out there listening, and I don't really care because it's my opinion. You're allowed yours. That's how it works in this world. If the Jets are able to get, for example, let's say they get Barry Trotz, and they bring in the most dynamite coaching staff you could ever assemble, and they only sign Dubois to like a 2-year bridge, without a doubt, a massive, massive failed offseason. Without a doubt. If Dubois does not get long-term contract, you failed the offseason. It doesn't matter who you bring in. It doesn't matter if you get a time machine and go back and get Gretzky because you, again, lost another young franchise player for nothing because you chose a guy like Scheifele. You waited too long to do something like Carter said. Waiting too long is just what the Jets have done in the past. Yeah. If they follow down that path again, they should just sell everybody and tank. And you guys would think, oh, overreacting. What are you talking about? No. Do you look, Laine's gone. He was treated badly in the room. He was mistreated, misused, gone. Roslovic, another young guy.
We're gonna lose more
We have
guys
no idea.
because of
Look,
this if we don't
exactly.
remove Scheifele.
It took us forever to get here.
And now we're going to lose them all
And
because we're
going-
prioritizing the first guy we ever drafted over everyone else
and-
that's just as good.
Yep. And this is where I kind of want to go with this, because it's kind of the extension of this conversation. Where does he go? Where do we move him? What kind of return?
Who are we
Send
talking
him
about,
to the
Scheifele?
east. Send him to the east.
Where could Scheifele be a good fit?
I'm just
What
going to
kind
throw
of-
this out right now,
easy.
guys. I'm just going to throw this out right now, guys, because I'm thinking value and contracts that match up. Leafs just disappointed again. They're going to be trading out somebody. Maybe you look there.
Who would you take?
It's a tough question, but I'd be happy with Nylander if you bring in Nylander plus some like a first or some assets like that. I think that would be
I'd
good.
be shocked if they move Nylander. Though.
I think Nylander's the
also,
guy out. I don't think they're
apparently
moving
there's
Marner and they're not
reports-
moving Matthews. I don't see any of these guys getting moved. And if
Tavares
Tavares,
is the guy, to be honest.
Tavares might
Yeah,
get
no,
moved,
they
but
will-
like
they
he's
will
also the
trade
captain
Tavares.
right now. The hype from free agency.
Tavares is in the same spot.
Also, doesn't
as-
Tavares only have 2
That's
years
actually
left?
Why I think they
Doesn't
moved
Tavares-
No, Tavares is yes, but
I
Tavares
don't-
is in the
yeah, don't
same
move
spot
that
as
yet.
Jason Spezza. They will never move him.
No,
Oh,
Spezza will
don't-
retire before he ever leaves the Leafs at this
Yeah,
point.
exactly. And I think honestly, John Tavares is in the same boat because the only reason he went there is because that's literally like his
dream.
team. He feels like it's and to betray that you'd pretty much collapse the fan base from within if you move him. And arguably, you could say the argument can be made that by moving another key guy of the core, you do the same thing. But I would argue that if you move John Tavares, you have successfully.
Well,
For me,
my
Nylander's the
argument
odd man out in the
for
Leafs.
me-
For me, Nylander's the odd man out. So I see him being the one really getting thrown out there. And also, Nylander's contract makes the most sense to trade. You know how hard it's going to be to move Matthews, Tavares, and any of these cap hits. I know Matthews isn't getting traded, guys, but I'm just talking about cap
No, he's
hits,
just going
right?
to sign with
like-
Arizona.
And don't.
We're gonna go there another day, but yes. But nonetheless,
But-
like you know what I mean, right? Like it's like you're not gonna see a team be like, hey, I'll take on $11.5 million of Mitch Marner. Let's fucking open the books and trade everything to make that work. You don't have
Then
teams
you
don't have
raise the
contracts
price.
to match that. You're gonna have to move out a
You
lot
also
to bring
raise
that in.
the price on your own
Can
roster.
Can I give you my reasoning to the moving Tavares?
Okay, but
So
we-
But
when you
before you
have
say
a
anything,
team-
Carter, though, I need you before, and I don't want you to change what
Yeah.
you're saying. I just want you to,
Yeah.
how do you move that money? That's what I need you to say as well when you're talking, because that to me is almost impossible. What team is going to be throwing that many assets at Toronto where they can balance out, what, 11.5, 12? What is he
Also,
making, 11.5
do
million?
you want 11.5? I don't want that contract.
Fuck no. And you think if you think Toronto's retaining money on any of these guys, you're dreaming.
They never retain money.
Yeah, and I'll put it this way: I don't think
11
they
mil
will
flat.
get an equal value for it. However, the reason I say Tavares is because when you look at a team that's able to perform so damn well in the regular season, with the expectation of a playoff run in sight, it then falls on to leadership in the locker room, on the bench, to make it happen, to get the guys motivated to get the shit done. So then you have to ask, okay, is that the captains on this team, the leaders that are part of the team, or is it on the coaching staff? Now, you could say that they should change the coaching staff, and I'm not going to say you're right or wrong about that. But the Leafs have tried that experiment. Same result.
But we're not talking,
So
though,
at this
about
point,
Carter. We're not
you
talking
then
about that, though.
consider
We're talking
that
about who
maybe
gets
you-
traded, right?
But the thing is that you need to have someone who can motivate the team to play the way they need to play.
Yeah, and that's
They have
Tavares.
choked
There's a
and
reason
blown.
why Matthews didn't get the captaincy even after how good he was, right? Like you.
Can we move on to another?
Yeah,
positive
exactly,
thing
right?
I
Like
thought
Carter. Right now, we're going down the path of what's wrong in the Leafs locker room, not who most likely gets traded. And you can't start that argument at because of leadership. They didn't fail because of leadership. They failed because they ran to defending Stanley Cup champions in a series. Let's be real, even as Leafs haters,
Every
they probably
single-
should have won.
Yeah, if we're
They
being
should have
honest
won
here,
that series. So even though it may
every
not,
other
even though
series-
this isn't the series, like every other series, you had a bigger reason to blow it up. You did,
Yeah.
compared to this one. But now you have no
Okay.
choice because you've done everything else.
Can we move on to a second team option for where Mark Scheifele can go?
I don't know if there's a lot of
think-
other options except maybe New Jersey.
I think okay.
But
well,
then
I have a
again,
question.
though, here's the thing.
You know
like
what
we
the
already
other
talked
question
about,
is,
though.
though?
We can speculate all we want till the sun comes up. He has a list, 10 teams. It doesn't matter how
Do we
good the
know any of
packages
those
are.
teams or no?
No, it's his list. It's his 10 list. I don't know what it is. I think he
Do you
gives
think
it
he's got
time.
Vegas? He'd be willing to go to Vegas?
I think who wouldn't be willing to go to Vegas if you're
Yeah,
an
but
NHL
that's
player?
the thing. That fits Vegas's bill to a T. Vegas loves doing this.
But Vegas isn't going to trade for their center.
Vegas is willing to trade.
Mark
They're willing
Scheifele
to
would be
go-
a third-line
Tell
center on that
someone
team.
with value is on the market.
Who's he behind?
You say
Stone
that
and
some
Jack
of the
Eichel.
values on the market. Vegas will.
Are you sure that Stone? No, Stone's a winger.
He plays both.
So many heads to make it
Yeah,
happen.
but they'll move him to wing.
The
If
But I'm
second
just
there
saying.
was the Eichel rumors, I said that Vegas was going to be the team to get him
Everyone and their
because
mother
Vegas
did,
was
Carter,
gonna be
because they're the
willing-
only team that would overpay. Yeah.
Not everyone. No.
Basically,
I heard a lot of
everybody. No other team was
everyone
going to pay that
except
much.
3 fucking Flames fans
Yeah,
said
that thought they
that
would
it
have
was-
they'd open the cabinet, and
that
everyone
they were going to
knew.
give away Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah,
like,
right?
shut
Like,
the
no.
hell up.
Vegas is the only team
Just
stupid enough to
'cause
sell
every time
everything.
A big player goes on the market, Vegas is seemingly willing to execute the entire team.
But Vegas has nothing left, Carter, to trade. They're fucked.
Yeah, Carter,
have
they
nothing.
hollowed out their entire roster. That's why they didn't make it. Carter, if
They
you
don't
were
have
talking
any
about
picks.
last
They have
year's
no
Vegas
picks
team,
even, man.
if you were talking about last year's Vegas team, I'll gladly take Alex Tuck. I will gladly take Alex Tuck. But they don't have Alex Tuck anymore. They don't have anybody in the middle. In the middle, it literally goes Eichel, Pacioretty, Stone, Pietrangelo, fucking no one.
Like,
Drop no one.
like I'm looking at the list right now. Like Max Pacioretty at 33. His money adds up, but I'm not taking Max Pacioretty from Mark Scheifele for what? They have next year's first round pick. They still have it. They have this year's second, and they have the Rangers third. Other than that, they've got crap until the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Like I just don't see Vegas being a team like, look, and their prospects are barren. They've got nothing in the cabinet.
Oh yeah, that's because they traded
Exactly.
everybody.
So Vegas has nothing. They're screwed. They cannot make any trades unless they're selling guys and then trying to get whatever they can to make big bundles. But even then, you're creating more holes, getting assets by trading these guys out.
So
Vegas
here's
does
another
not make
question.
anything.
We heard about, at least before, the possibility of Vancouver possibly moving guys.
For who?
You want
The
back?
question
You want
is
Brock?
that-
You do not want Brock Besser, and JT Miller ain't going
I'm
anywhere.
not saying I
No
want
one-
anyone.
The Carter,
or
as someone
anything.
who lives in Vancouver, trust me, that mindset has completely changed since the extension was given out to Boudreaux. The idea now is lock up the guys, do anything you can to keep
Yeah.
Besser on a good contract. Trades are not being talked about right now, unless we're talking about trading OEL to create cap. Trust me, like the market is completely. That's how Vancouver
I
is.
think it'll be interesting to see how they start next season.
Me too, but like, I agree. Like, and the Canucks are going to be a team to watch when it comes to trading guys, because if they disappoint,
I'm
then
not
it's a different
saying it's gonna
situation.
happen. I'm just
No.
food for thought. You know what I mean?
Exactly, I'm saying that too, and I like the Canucks. I'm fucking wearing a Vancouver Grizzlies jersey. I think it says enough that I like the Vancouver market. But the point is though, is that like
You
we
the market if you live there.
exactly, but I also don't like them. I have a love-hate
So
relationship
much
with Vancouver
he
guys.
spends
Okay,
all of his time there.
He sometimes wears Vancouver Canuck jerseys too.
I do. I have a couple right now. Should I brought up the Bertuzzi? But like okay, I just don't see a team right now where I could see Mark Scheifele getting traded to, and I know I want him traded, but that's a different, like, look, until I actually see some legit rumors about interests,
The Habs.
Jake Evans has to be going the other way then, right?
No.
No way
No
he's on the
way.
same team. I'm
No
not
way.
saying one for
No,
one, but I'm
this
saying
is how
that,
it's gonna
Evans
go.
is a part of that
This is
package,
the
right?
first day. Scheifele's gonna walk in that locker room. Shea Weber, who's still on LTIR, is gonna be waiting in there with Joel Edmondson, and they're gonna be like, "Now listen here, motherfucker.
No cocaine in this locker room, Mark, okay?
There's no cocaine." Like they
Nothing.
grab him. Fucking Shea Weber just hobbles over, just picks him up, just brings him up to the fucking locker. His knees click with every fucking step. He like.
They pull a Bufflin and they instead of throwing the tracksuit in the shower, they throw all of his fucking coke in the shower. None of that in this room, all right? We're clean here. And guys, don't act like Mark Scheifele
Slap the
wasn't
mouth
awesome.
guard out of his mouth.
Fucking smell insults too, man. Apparently that's Scheifele's secret thing. Oh, I want to kill somebody now. Fuck. But,
Have you ever tried smelling?
No empty net.
I have once, but it's like I don't get why
They're
players like
fucking
kicks.
strong, man.
Dude,
You're not taking the conversation to smelling salts.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, when I was on the bench, if we wanted to get each other hyped, we'd, like, punch each other a little bit. And be like, you ready to go? You ready to go? Like, you know, like, hard punch with the gloves
That's
on.
why
It's like,
everyone
let's
on
go.
the
More
bench.
in
Crazy
football.
people are fucking on
You
the
know,
bench.
like that's what we
Fucking
like to
crazy
do.
people
I don't
on the
need
bench.
to,
I
I
just
don't need
stayed
to
in my net.
smell a chemical reaction.
I just
in
stayed in my
nose.
net like a fucking good fucking antisocial
Because
goalie that I
because
was.
you're a weirdo and you wanted to get pucks in the head. That's what goalies are.
Goalies just fucking sit in their net and they just be like, all right, yeah. I'm just kind of in my zone.
I want to ask you guys this because, well, you know what? I don't even think we need to talk about coaching at this point because it's just the rumor mill. It's just who do you want, and we all want Barry
pick
Trotz.
this up like next week if we're being honest.
We can pick this up in like 6 months. The Jets are probably going to hire somebody right before training camp. The teams are even. This is what's going to happen. Like Carter said, we wait way too long to do everything. We're going to wait way too long until nobody's left. We're going to hire some bum, then no experience. There's going to be nobody left, and we're going to have a terrible year.
We're going to upgrade our fucking AHL coach. How much you want to bet?
Dude, no way. No way.
No. Watch, we get to the fucking...
Look, worst case scenario, we'll overpay for Pascal Vincent to get him out.
Wouldn't it be so Jets for us to literally get to the beginning of training camp and be like, the Moose coach be like, you're interim. You're interim now.
I don't want to even think like
that. We know you just lost to Milwaukee, but you're interim, my friend.
Yeah, they almost reverse sweeped him. You can't get too angry at that.
Okay, also, too, why the hell is it 5-game series? And why is it that it's built like the first 2 games the lesser team gets at home? Then the last 3, the home team gets home. Because by that logic, like you're off. You're in a bad spot from the off.
I think it was because of the way the season was structured this year. They had to change it. I don't think it's regularly like that for the AHL.
It is regularly.
So weird.
Oh, it is. You know what? It's been so long since I watched AHL play.
It is regularly 3 to 5. I remember when
for a long time.
When it was the old Moose, it was 7. It was 7 every game. It was 7.
I felt
every
like
series.
it used to be when I was a kid too. It was.
Yeah, it was. I'm telling you right now. It was.
You're wrong, Carter.
The Moose's run was 7.
Yeah. I know you're right. Yeah. AHL games. AHL used to go to 7.
We beat the Marlies. We beat the Houston Aeros, and then we beat someone else. Then we lost to Hershey Bears. I will fucking fight you, Carter. It used to be
7.
Pull it up. Pull it up, Jamie.
Give me a year.
Pull it up.
Well, just
Jamie,
look up AHL 7-game series or whatever. See what the rules pop up. It can't be that too hard, like too much of a Google search.
I'm just gonna take a look at
2008-9 Manitoba Moose.
Look, let's be real. Like, the AHL is just the AHL. It's always gonna be the discounted version, but like, I feel like they're just trying to stand out from the NHL, and it kind of, you know what? It's like the NBA with their play and stuff.
10 years ago in 2010, yeah, it was 7. So the question at this point is, when did they change it to 5?
When they started losing money and didn't feel like they gained it back through revenues through playoff games for some fucking reason. Oh, you know what it probably was? It was probably when they decided that one division would play less games. That was probably part of the fucking problem. One of the divisions, literally, you're designed to play less games.
Yeah, well, because
like, how does that make any sense?
Dude, it's because the league that bleeds money, Zach. You're not a business guy. You're talking as a fan. The AHL is not profitable for like 90% of the franchises.
We are the 10%.
No, we're not. The Moose can't even sell out a game.
We're absolutely fucking not. We are like at the bottom.
We used to be the
10%. But you know what happened?
Yeah, before the Jets.
Well, I don't understand that though about Winnipeg. Like the I know the Ice were good this year, but the Ice even had a better draw like before COVID than the Moose. I don't get that.
You need to remember that the building the Ice are playing in seats fucking no one.
No, but it does see. Look, when you can sell out a shitty arena for the Ice and you can't even get half capacity for the Moose, that's pretty bad luck. The Moose have a lot of good players on that team too. Let's be real. It's not like the Moose have been bad. The Moose have had tons of good prospects come through that system.
There's no a lot of production.
But that's the problem, because True North doesn't know how to handle their sports teams. True North has lost touch with the city, man.
They know how to market the Jets.
No, they don't. Dude, they don't know how to market the Jets. The Jets bled money this season. The Jets didn't. How many sellouts did the Jets have this year? 2, 3, maybe, and they were the least were in town. Like we did not sell out this year. Most teams didn't, but like people like to act like the Winnipeg market's still secure. It's not. It's because people are upset. And how could you not be with how it's been run the last few seasons? Ever since the Bufflin stuff happened, it's like, okay, what the hell's going on with the front office? That doesn't happen regularly. We haven't had a clear direction since we made it to the Western Conference Final, because even though you guys are going to hate this comparison, we kind of are like Vegas in the sense that we got close when no one expected us to. We went to the casino on our first hit. We put our money in, and we didn't win the major jackpot, but we won like the second jackpot, you know? We were like, oh my god, I just started playing and I won the second jackpot. Like, I can get the next one. I can get the major jackpot if I just try again. If I just spin again. And that was the Jets' mentality. They thought that they could be so much better than what they were at the time, but in reality, they've done nothing but recess since that point in time. Since the Western Conference Final, you had a loss to the exactly. That was our last high. 2017 against the Predators was our last high. Zach types in
No.
chat.
It was 2018 against Predators, but I'm saying we were like the 2017 Predators.
I wouldn't know.
Like,
No, because
Predators,
the Predators were good for a while. They just hadn't gotten over the hump. They're like the San Jose Sharks too. The San Jose Sharks were good for a while, never got over the hump. The Jets were not. When you go back and look at the season preview for that year,
compare them to the Panthers?
No, I wouldn't. Because
where are we comparing?
I'm comparing it to a team like Vegas, to a team that surprises. When you are not favored to make the playoffs by anybody, and then you make the Western Conference Final. That's like unexpected. That is like that is.
We were second in the league.
Yes, that was never expected to happen. Most people thought we would finish 10th in the West. I remember that year very well because it's like, you were completely wrong. We were second in the West and second in the league behind the other best team in the West. Like you know what I mean? Like
second in the West, second in the league, second in the Central. It was fucking stupid.
It is, but like that was not supposed to happen. No one had that happening, and it's like the organization didn't know how to react to that success. They were just like, let's keep it exactly the same and run it back. We'll get better. And they didn't do anything to change it. And then Bufflin leaves, the blue line shredded, and they still didn't do anything to change it because they thought that they were somehow still a good team.
Leaves and a lot of people leave. Like 2019 offseason has to be
Armia's gone, Tanev's gone, Bufflin, Trouba, like it just goes on. Sherrod, it just gone.
Yeah.
Like bad. Even Stastny was gone. We didn't keep Stastny around. We had to get him the year after that. We lost a whole year of Stastny.
Gotta reel him back in with Hellebuck's fishing rod.
Basically.
that always made me laugh. Like, so how Stastny was talking about like the locker room, right?
Yep.
But Stastny chose to come back, and also he was willing to convince Nate Schmidt. I'm so wondering how their most recent conversations have went now.
Dude,
like, you know what I mean?
I think look, I'm gonna be real. I think this year Mark Scheifele just unleashed the beast with his attitude. I think he was always bad, but I think this year was like, fuck it, everyone thinks I'm a dick, I'm gonna be a dick. He just embraced that mentality. Because I just don't see, like what you just said, I just don't see, how can you say this in an interview at the end of the year, and then at the exact same time after playing a year with him before, be like, hey, we have something special going on here, waive your no tradement clause, after you just said you don't want to be traded here, we'll get you, like, less than 24 hours later, you come back because of one phone call. Like something had to have I would give anything to be a fly on the wall this whole season in the Jets locker room, just listening. Like the things that must have been said in there, the toxicity, for it to be as bad as it is at the end of the year. Like what happened?
Little Jake fly.
Dude, hell yeah, man. And I said silent. I'd be like, you're all fucking morons. Really? A fly on the wall?
Like literally.
You never heard the expression "fly on the wall"?
Yeah, I know.
What?
What?
That's a very common expression.
I've never heard it.
Wow. Well, you learn something new every day. That's your new thing for today.
The more I learn, huh?
There you go. Oh shit. Whatever. But yeah, I don't even know, man. Like, this conversation just went all around in a circle. But like,
Carter, did you see it?
What?
Check that.
Zach's fucking analogy is about spot on.
Am I wrong?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Prairie Puck Podcast. I'm going to let Zach and his Harry Potter analogies about how Mark Scheifele is Malfoy take over. Fuck this, I'm out.
No, I just said that, like, for the entirety of Harry Potter, right? Malfoy was a key character, but then in the last fucking thing, he becomes a full-fledged fucking Death Eater, killed. Is part of the reason Dumbledore gets fucking killed. Like, he was really actually...
You brought me back because of that stupid thing. I can hear you across the room. He's part of the reason why Dumbledore gets killed? Part of the reason? I don't even like Harry Potter that much. And I know what... Fuck, man. You know how I take my movie trivia and book and aficionado very serious as a fan of those things?
I am a book aficionado
Shut
too,
up!
But I just...
For all of us, okay? Not even close. Not even close to like part of the reason why.
Oh, shut up! You're wearing a Ducks jersey.
Dude,
shut
even in the
flash,
spoiler alert for Harry Potter, but even in the fucking tier flashback with Snape, Dumbledore's like, he's gonna send Malfoy to kill me. Because he knew it was gonna happen! Everyone knew it was gonna happen! Not part of the reason, he was the reason! He's literally like, Malfoy is going to kill me. Like, I know that Voldemort said that, come on, man. You were talking about how you love Harry Potter and all this, and then I gotta come in and be like, yo. You were wrong! That's like one of the most important parts of the story!
No, trying to like not go fully into
Go
it.
from talking about Mark
No!
Shifley to fucking Harry
Fuck,
Potter.
because he brought the analogy up. He made it the stupid analogy about Malfoy, and he started this.
Becoming a fully fledged Death Eater equals Mark Shifley.
And he wasn't a fully fledged Death Eater, man.
I'm just reading it out so people can understand
But
what
he
the fuck's
became
going on.
it.
Keep it down, Jake. Oh, fuck, fine. All right, family.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, I don't have a whole basement to myself, and my parents, they don't care if I keep them up at 3 a.m. I don't know how. They must have earplugs in, man. You guys are so loud.
Mom does. Dad
Mom does.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise
That's
me. You
probably
guys are
not correct.
Okay, all I will say, guys, when I was at Zach's house, when I was in Winnipeg, he was making me so uncomfortable with how loud he was. Like, I was like, holy shit, like, I feel terrible. Like, I'm a guest in this house late at night waiting for a ride to the airport, and he's just like, "Wah!" Like, just screaming at the top of his lungs, and I'm just looking like, holy fuck, like, his dad's gonna come
It's
down here and
because
whoop
of
my
the-
ass. Like,
it's
what did you give
because
my
of
son?
where
Like,
we are. It's because of
no,
where we
it's
are
just
in the
because you're a
basement.
crackhead who doesn't have any care for his family and his parents skiggity sleep.
Yeah, you want to know proof of that? Whenever you're talking with Jake sitting in the room right under my fucking bed when I'm trying to
Exactly.
go to bed.
We all know that. He's almost as ignorant as Mark Scheifele is in the locker room. See, it's a full circle. It all comes back. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Now you walk
No.
off. Now you walk off.
No.
You walk off
done.
right now. Walk
I'm
off.
done.
Get out of here. You're banished to the couch.
Just put it down.
You're banished. Ryan, I'm gonna add you to the call right now. Ryan, Harry
Lay
Rice.
us down.
Harry Rice, you join
Lay
the
us
call.
down.
Harry's gonna
Zach,
replace you.
Hey Zach, the tribe has spoken.
Oh my god.
I can't get my mic in the camera, but
I don't know what else to really talk about, boys. I feel like we should end it. I feel like we're at a good point to end it. We've had the Kiedok.
Are we?
I think
Are we?
so. What else are we going to talk about?
Or is there
How there's 1,000 other
unfinished
rumors?
business?
Unfinished business about how Zach doesn't even understand the proper... I don't even want to go into it anymore. You know what?
I
I'm not gonna
do.
waste my
I'm
energy.
just.
I know you
I
do.
was trying to serve it.
No, you weren't. You were just trying
Yes,
to
I
think of a
was.
smart analogy on the spot, and you fucked
Yes,
it up.
that was what I was trying to do.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Break off, Muggle.
You know what? Muggles are cooler anyway because magic is a bunch of racist people that try to kill you and all this time. Everyone's racist in the Harry Potter world, man. Was your great grandmother a Muggle? Huh, peasant! That's literally what it is, man. I used to like
Oh, he's not a pureblood.
a pure blood. Dude, I always...
Your blood,
Okay,
mud blood.
dude, I gotta say though, like, if they want... Isn't there only like a few pure magical families anyway? Doesn't that mean like everyone's related?
Oh yeah, no, all of them are like are freaking incest.
Exactly, right? Like, okay, I'm not intuitive that, but I've always thought that. I'm like, wait, aren't there like supposed to be like 8 magical families or whatever? Like at
Yeah,
this
no,
point,
no.
like, what's the
like-
point? Like, they're just gonna kill
like,
everybody?
Tom Riddle is like related to the Malfoys and Sirius Black and Harry Potter, kind of, and
It doesn't make any
it's a
sense.
fucking mess. It's literally like the royal family of fucking messy family trees. Like,
That's where the inspiration must have come from. But either way, enough of the Harry Potter bullshit. I feel comfortable ending the episode here because I don't know what else I can contribute because there's not a lot we can talk about other than this rumor stuff. Like, we went down the whole rabbit hole about the locker room coaching, Mark Scheifele, and everything to do with this season, kind of how it ended. Because let's be real, when you miss the playoffs, it doesn't really matter what goes on in the season. End of the year, it's did you make it or not? And we
I
didn't.
want to go into one last thing before we end it here.
Of course you do.
Because I feel like with your upload schedule, Jake, we haven't really heard your opinion. You know, we're going into the second round of the playoffs currently. Let's everyone give a
Yay.
prediction for all the series.
I don't know who's
feel like
playing
this-
anybody other than the Battle of Alberta and the Battle of Florida.
okay, so I'll tell you right now. There's the Battle of Florida.
I know that, and I know the Battle of
between
Alberta.
Florida and Tampa, which is such a funny line to say.
Okay, just
Battle of Alberta.
I said that I know those two. So who are the
Yes,
other
yes,
two
yes.
that I don't know? Or six
St.
or
Louis
whatever?
versus Colorado,
Okay,
and Carolina versus the New York Rangers.
okay. I'm gonna say Rangers in 7 because I want that first round pick. I'm going to say
4 wins away.
I'm gonna say Panthers in 7 too. I'm going to say Colorado in 5. And I think Battle of Alberta goes 7. Did I miss anything?
Nope, that's all you need for.
So basically, everything goes Game
Edmonton
7
and
except I said Edmonton and Calgary. I said Game 7.
Oh,
Battle-
Who though?
Oh, who wins? Fuck. I'm gonna say Edmonton. And Zach knows why, and I've kind of talked about it loosely in my videos. I just got this look, when there's a storyline that follows a team, and it like is a really damn good one, and that Ben kid is a really damn good one, and everything going on with that, like it just brings me flashbacks of Layla and Gloria for the 2017-18 run for the Blues. Like it brings that back a lot, and this kid he gives me hope. And it's not easy to do. I love watching that, like this stuff with him and everything, his family. I think it's incredible what the NHL and the Oilers are doing for them. So I just got to put my money on that just because I got a big heart and I love seeing stuff like that. But it's really hard to say. I think Calgary's a beast too, but just because of that little bit of magic, and let's be real, hockey's the only sport where magic can actually determine what happens in a series. Like every other sport, it's pretty cut and dry who the better team is, but not.
So guys, in closing, Harry Potter. On-brand comparison. Magic and hockey. Continue.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching this video. We're going to end it right... Oh. Okay, okay, you know what, Carter? You do the outro. That actually fucking killed me. Like, I'm done. I don't have an ounce of strength left in my body after this.
Part of the video. We've done this 20 times before. Where we've decided that we've had both a great and very, very stupid fucking conversation.
Welcome to the Prairie Puck. That's all it fucking is, man.
Welcome back, guys.
We complain about not ever uploading episodes, right? We should just film our own conversation.
I was told
We should.
I was going to be allowed to do the outro.
Well, not anymore, okay? I took back your rights. You sound so quiet, okay? You're like a little church mouse.
You're like a librarian reading off the itinerary.
What itinerary? Oh, you mean the schedule? Oh, what is she, the librarian? Welcome to the itinerary for the magical trip around the library. So over here is your science fiction. Like, what the hell?
Very magical.
About? Oh, fuck off with the magic. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Thank you for watching this video. Okay, you know what, Carter? No, I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna mute myself even. All right, go for it. I'm gonna mute Zach. Oh, I was gonna manually mute him.
This is the part of the video where you will decide you have much better things to do with your life, and I know you do. So please go and enjoy those things. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to both the Nolan Hockey Podcast and Peg City Hockey, and probably someone smarter than all of us. So, goodbye.
Yeah, me, right? That's the guy who's smarter. Goodbye, guys.